Diablo Immortal. Greetings and welcome to my channel. Today's video is very special due to a lot of reasons. The first and most important one is because personally, Blizzard Entertainment is my favorite developer of all time since childhood. Plus it's the first Diablo game ever on a mobile device, which is something very unique for us as gamers, and especially old school PC gamers, and as a huge fans for Diablo such as myself, and who played the original game in 1997 and all Diablo titles who came later. So I won't get into deep details about every aspect in the game. I'm just gonna give my honest opinion in general about Diablo Immortal and specifically the monetization issue. I'm not gonna be biased at all. I've played the game for very long hours on mobile and PC. Besides, I've seen a lot of YouTubers criticizing the game very much in a weird way without even mentioning one advantage. But anyway, I tested everything by myself and decided to be objective and not subjective with my judgment. Our game announced in late 2018 and released on June the 2nd this month on iOS and Android devices with a beta version on PC. But don't expect to see Diablo 4 here. Definitely it's not. Diablo Immortal is a Diablo 3 but with a different story and music. Similar gameplay and mechanics but with touch control since it's a mobile game, but that's not all. Diablo Immortal plays like a Diablo game that happens to be on a phone but as a free-to-play mobile game. And since it's free-to-play, here comes the most important and critical issue that everyone's talking about. I'm gonna start with microtransactions. Of course, with microtransactions you can spend real money to receive rewards and items inside the game, and that's normal since you're not paying anything to play the game, right? And Blizzard claimed that it won't impact the core gameplay balance, nor your experience with the gear, loot, and weapons, and as an overall. And they claimed as well that it will be restricted to cosmetics, which means buying skins and avatars' appearance, etc. And we're fine with it, we have no issues about that. But now that the game is out, everything is different. Monetization appeared in a different way. Unfortunately, it's the typical free-to-play stuff. So the first thing that you will notice here is the Battle Pass subscription, which allows you to get better and more loot and equipment the more you level up. And of course, it's different than the normal player. We have this eternal legendary crest as well, which you can see inside the Elder Rift. It's kind of a machine that lets you enter a dungeon, and your loot level and rarity would depend on the gems that you submit. So the more legendary gems, the better the gear. That is the only possible way to get the best and legendary gear, and to do that, you have to buy those crests with real money. Before continuing to the other elements of the game, I'm gonna try to analyze why Blizzard has done this to Diablo Immortal. Of course, we all know that companies need money to develop games and continue their business. And if you ask me, I definitely prefer to pay once for a game rather than end up paying constantly over and over again. But the gaming on a mobile is different. Blizzard tried to bring back Diablo to the people who don't know what Diablo is, at the same time making money from all the players, and specifically non-hardcore gamers. So let me split up this issue into two segments. First thing, Diablo Immortal has a progression system, loot boxes and stuff that's related to paying money. That's correct. But you still can play and advance very much in the game and enjoy everything without paying 1 cent. So they're telling you, you can play as much as you want, but if you'd like to get deeper and deeper in the game, you have to spend a few bucks, or maybe more. But I see this is totally fine. I was upset at the beginning, then I remembered that it's a free game and I can still play without paying money. Plus, like 95% of the game is open to you. So why would you care? But still, we don't know how far you must reach to get to the point of I have to pay now to get better. Second thing is, I think Diablo Immortal is not for hardcore gamers, since we as Diablo fans are not seeing anything new in terms of gameplay. Plus, most of us prefer PC/console platforms. So Blizzard move here is smart, because it introduced the game, which is literally Diablo 3, to the whole world, with very good amount of cash flow to invest later in more games, and specifically we're talking about Diablo 4. Third and last part. As a business concept, today more than 95% of people have phones or smartphones, but not all people have consoles or good gaming PC. So definitely, throwing a free Diablo game to the world is a very good and beneficial move. And remember, they're doing this monetization stuff to a free mobile game, and not to a $60–70 PC or console game. So, is Diablo Immortal a good game to spend your time on? Definitely it is. Gameplay is very good and satisfying in every single detail. Diablo Immortal feels and looks great. Of course, Diablo always impresses us with the very good game mechanics and level up progression system. Talent tree is decent, but not as diverse as Diablo 3 for example. But it's still good, and you can't get enough of playing because you have tons of activities and events to do, plus the online and co-op part that is always fun to play, especially with friends. And since we compared it to Diablo 3, Diablo Immortal has a significant improvement in terms of graphics, even though it's a mobile game, but we're talking here about 10 years difference since 2012. Blizzard always has this special art style for Diablo titles, specifically speaking about the evil environment, and how the world is turning into demons' habitat, and the eternal conflicts and wars between the forces of high heavens and the burning hell. And not to forget to mention the music, which is very unique. I always loved the music of Diablo 3, and Immortal continues to give us more great stuff in terms of soundtracks. So why do you need more? You have everything in your pocket. Diablo Immortal is your place to start the RPG experience. Maybe later you can shift to Diablo 4 when it comes later if you enjoyed that experience. So it's totally fine in my opinion that Blizzard changed their strategy with mobile games, as long as it's still fun to play and no ads and bugs to disturb you. And it's totally free. And that was my true opinion about Diablo Immortal. Hope you guys liked it. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, I would much appreciate your support, that would help a lot. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kinano. I'll see you next time on Joyska Games.